Welcome to Desert Life with Maria. I'm Maria DeRosa, and I am at the Living Desert in Palm Desert. I think that'll give you a clue in that direction over there as to all the amazing experiences, animals, just a variety of sensual flavors to the eye and to just being here. So, today, I was going to do what I thought was a great exposition of the rhinos. There's two here. One is over in the corner that we can see very faintly in her barn, and that is Jaali. Unfortunately and fortunately, today they are introducing a new bird into the habitat, and so they're kind of quiet. We're going to actually have a volunteer that's going to be coming and talking, so I will check in with you guys later. Yep, that's Jaali. That's Jaali. Okay, that's it.
By the way, Jaali is a Swahili name, and it's Jaali.
Right, and there's
Strength or power.
Jaali means strength or power via our volunteer here, Lynn. And I understand, even though there's black and white, that they're actually all gray. Right. And Jaali also was the older of the two that came over. I forgot again.
Younger.
The younger of the two.
So Jaali is 2.5, and Naya is almost 4.
Is almost 4. Okay.
Yeah. And Naya in Swahili means bright.
Oh, wow, how wonderful. And most rhinos are either in Africa or South Asia, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's two,
and then the poaching is what's really, I was very surprised that it's mostly medicinal reasons, and also because they think
Trophy,
it's
medicinal,
trophy type
magical
of thing.
powers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's their horns are keratin.
Yeah, which is human hair
Which is
and
like their
nails.
nails.
Yeah, and that's why people feel like it's...
Yeah. But if you tell, it's the same old. If you tell the same lie over and over and over again, and that's all you're hearing,
right.
you start to believe it.
Right.
And unfortunately, that's what has occurred in some cultures.
Now, I also understand that they run up to 30-something miles an
They can run
hour.
about 34, 35 miles an hour. They're very fast for being the size that they are.
Yeah, and that the animals, there was the antelopes, and the family of the antelopes over there. There's one of them that lives on their skin very nicely and eats the parasites or something.
So, well, there's the little hummingbirds. Okay,
Yeah, is
little
that...
hummingbirds will sit on there after they've been in the mud wallow.
Yeah.
Okay, and they get all that good mud all over them, which kind of protects their skin. It's like a sunscreen, and keeps them cooler. So. Yeah.
Oh.
My name is Lucas. I am the supervisor of the Rhino Savanna here, and welcome to the Living Desert. You are taking a look at Jaali. He is our 2-year-old male African black rhino. He just turned 2 on Christmas Eve, so he was quite the Christmas present a couple years ago. Jaali, a little bit about him. He was born at Potter Park Zoo in Lansing, Michigan, and then he arrived here on October 20th. And Naya, our female, did as well. She is currently in the barn actually right now. We're doing an introduction for one of our birds currently out on the savannah. It's his first day out there, so we're just letting him get acclimated, and then we're going to put rhinos out in a couple hours, just to make sure he's okay. He's never lived with other roommates, if you will. So we want to make sure all of his interactions with the other species are going well. But so Jaali, he, like I said, he's 2. Does anyone want to take a guess at how much he weighs?
2,500 pounds.
Close to that, a little. He will be 25 at one point. Right now, he currently weighs about 1,600 pounds.
Wow.
And he is a growing boy. He is going to continue to grow and develop. He is what we call a young adolescent rhino. So he's no longer considered a baby. He's no longer dependent on mom for milk or for her protection. He's actually at the age where in the wild he naturally would have split off from mom and gone and started his own life journey. So he's going to continue to grow and develop. He's going to get taller, he's going to get longer, and he's going to get wider. So he will be considered a full-size mature adult at age 6. So he's still a couple years off from that, but he will, when he is full size, he will be anywhere between 3,000 to 3,500 pounds. So he's going to be a big boy, which is great. He and Naya are intended to be a breeding pair of rhinos. So black rhinos typically are solitary in the wild. They kind of roam around, do their own thing. They are also extremely territorial. So they kind of establish an area that they want to call home, and then they start defending it from other rhinos, other animals, other would-be predators, and you know, they don't want other rhinos to be around. They typically only come together to breed, or maybe if they're at a local watering hole, they may tolerate the presence of other rhinos getting a drink. Other than that, they kind of want to keep to themselves. I kind of like to call them introverts. They very much value their personal space and don't want anyone else to be around. So for that reason, we do have our male and female separated, just because that's kind of more reflective of how they operate in the wild. And also, they're not quite at breeding age. They're both not sexually mature enough yet for that. So when that time comes, we're going to be working in between then. We're going to be working to acclimating them into the same space, getting them used to each other. They already have kind of started that. They do share fence line access to one another. So they've had skin-to-skin contact, they vocalize to one another, they sniff each other. So they're very well aware of each other's presence here. And so far all their interactions have been very positive.